This is Eti-Osa local government area, Igbo-Efon, Lagos, where the ad hoc staff who had been engaged ahead of the 2019 general election gathered early in the morning for the commencement of the polls. But then on getting here, they were disappointed because the electoral umpire, the Independent National Electoral Commission, had postponed the election just 5 hours before it was meant to commence. I have spoken with a couple of the ad hoc staff who are displeased about how they were treated. Some gave horrible accounts of how they were left at a primary school where they passed the night and how political thugs came to scare them away, beating some, slapping others, and even stealing and pilfering some of valuables owned by the ad hoc staff. That's the kind of experiences that they had to deal with over the night. And on getting here this morning, they got to know that the election had been postponed, and some of them have expressed some disquiet about the training allowance that hasn't been paid. Some actually went for the training and they were promised the stipend, the training allowance, but as at the time of filing this report, INEC officials are telling them that they won't be paid the stipend because their names were not on the manifest list.
We went there for 3 days. Do you expect me I will leave my house for 3 days? You didn't shortlist me. She's citing an example that if we go for exam, that if they didn't take us for the exam, we will kill them. What kind of rubbish example is that? They should be telling us that.
Give us our money. Mrs. Folayemi, give us our money. We need our money.
We went for the train. They didn't use the list. They just shot.
We see a queue there, and that's for some ad hoc staff whose names are on the manifest list. An official of the Independent National Electoral Commission is reeling out names and giving them the training allowance, and that's just for those whose names are on the manifest list. That is why we still see lots of people in this arena not impressed with the arrangements made by INEC and management of the ad hoc staff who had been engaged. They told me that they consider themselves staff of INEC, and so that the treatment it's far from what they expected INEC to do regarding this all-important election, and they already went through lots of rigors. This ad hoc staff are optimistic that INEC would still live up to the expectation and pay them the agreed sum for the conduct of the presidential and National Assembly elections. Aronu, reporting for Plus TV Africa, right here at Eti-Osa local government area, Igbo-Efon, Lagos.